Good morning. Today is June 26th. I had to look. Um, my name is Jill Aronofsky. I am SaipanStamper, and I have been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for 23 years. I've just been doing these weekly videos for about 3 months, so thank you to those that support me, and please subscribe if you haven't already. Um, it's very helpful in helping me get the word out. I live on a small remote island and there are struggles, but I appreciate you. We're going to have some fun today. I am doing something a little bit different. I'm giving you a sneak peek of something that I do monthly. I do a monthly online workshop. And how it works is I pick a theme and I let everybody know. I give you a glimpse of what it's going to be, and I send out a kit. If you want all the details, you can sign up for my newsletter by contacting me. I'd be glad to send that out. So I'm using some different product today. I have used the Memories and More kits from Stampin' Up! Before, and the new ones are a little bit different. And I was a little stumped at first. I think I came out with some really great things. So let me show you what we've got, and I'll tell you a little bit about my online workshops. And we're also going to follow a template today. I love templates. So let's get started. Okay. So what we're going to do today is use the new, and this is what we're going to use in my online class in July. Celebration Expressions, Memories, and More card pack. It uses Balmy Blue, Berry Burst, Daffodil Delight, Lemon Lime Twist, Pretty in Pink, and Timid Tiger. This is a $10 pack, and you get 54 cards. There are 16 at 3 by 4 inches. Sorry, 36 at 3 by 4 inches and 18 at 4 by 6. The prior Memory and More packs were included some other little bits and pieces, some adhesive bits and other little designs. And this is all that I have left of the pack that I'm working on. I have designed 9 projects already for next month's class. And I think I'm just going to make it an even 10. We'll see how that goes. Um, and this is a big mess. So you get the 4 by 6. A lot of these, this is all I have left. So you'll see a little bit more as we go along. And then the 3 by 4, I've punched them, I've cut them up. There are some that have words. There's just all kinds of pieces in here. And I just throw it all right back in and figure it out. And that's the whole point of this is we end up with scraps, and then there's way to use scraps. And um, it's going to be fun. So the first project I'm going to do 2 projects today. A card and a 3D item. And this is one of the templates that was in last year's annual catalog, 24 to 25 Stampin' Up! Annual catalog. And I cut out all of these templates and I put them on a card and I keep them in a little bucket with all my other templates so that when I get stuck, I can just go ahead and pull it out and try a new design. So I wanted to use lemon lime twist. So I'm going to use this as my card base. And I'm going to fold it in half so that this is the outer portion here. I thought if I also used, this has something on it, weird. If I used 2, like a stripe and dots, that would be a nice contrast. And I'm going to contrast it with the black because I think that's really going to be a little more dramatic. It says to use a 2.5-inch punch, but I'm going to use a 2.25-inch punch. We don't have to follow these things exactly. And when I punch these out of here, I'm going to make sure, still be a little paper thrifty about it and not do it exactly in the middle of that thing. And I'm going to punch out 2 of these. Easy peasy. And I'm going to put these aside because we have a little surprise for those later. So you could use either side of these. I mean, that's the beauty of the Stampin' Up! Paper. I like these. I like the contrast. I'm just going to cover this up, this little blemish here. I don't know where that came from, but it looks like it's in the paper. So I guess that happens. I've never seen it in 23 years so far. I'm going to put this here. I also have a little strip of white that I'm going to use for my saying. So let me show you the stamp set that I'm going to use. You can't see, unless you're a demonstrator, you cannot see this yet on the website because it's for the online exclusive. So demonstrators can pre-order it now. It is called Not 29 Anymore, and it has these fun, sassy sayings, which I love. So if you're a customer, you can get this through me or through your own demonstrator in the beginning of July. Let's get this party started so I can be home by 9, older but not wiser, or still cool. Treat yourself because I didn't get you anything. Here's to another year of questionable decisions. I love these. I have been told I am a little bit sassy. So this is perfect for me, right up my alley. I am going to stick with the lovely happy birthday for the inside. So I'm going to pull out my happy birthday saying. And if you haven't been watching me before, I keep all my little scraps and bits in a cello bag inside my stamp case. So next time I go to use it, sometimes maybe I don't need to stamp because I've already have what I need. So I'm going to put this down here so that it's nice and straight. Put my block on top. And I'm going to get my black memento. I no longer use the black memento on the hard ink pad that Stampin' Up! Sells. I've taken my black memento ink refill and used it with my the blank uninked pad that you can get through Stampin' Up! And I love this so much better. I think the coverage is better. So I highly recommend doing that. And because it's hard for me to line it up properly, white on white, I'm just going to turn my template over and give myself some contrast so my eyes can see better. And that helps me line it up much nicer. A good firm press, and I have a beautiful happy birthday. So this is super quick and easy card because I have all the little pieces I can just freely cut. I'm not worried about cutting a big 12 by 12. I'm just going to cut this with my scissors. You could use your paper trimmer if that makes you happy. I have learned to let go of some of my funny little tendencies. So I'm going to do it like this. And this is basically what this has. Now this one has it up here in the corner, these here. But because I have this long happy birthday, I'm going to move mine over here so that I have a little bit more space for my happy birthday. And I'm going to put these off the edges a little bit. It looks a little plain for me. So what I did was I pulled out my embossing folders, and the dotted one looked kind of fun to me, but you can use any one that you want. So I have already run this through, and this is just going to give me a little bit of texture on the back. And I just think that gives a lot of oomph to the card and makes my heart sing. So can't explain it. Sometimes it's just what moves you. You think about the supplies you have and pull them out. Sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. So I'm going to move this black down here. So I'll go ahead and put that on too. And I'm going to use the liquid glue because I've got that embossed piece. And the liquid glue is good for like settling in the nooks and crannies and making sure it sticks really well. So put that there. I will do these with some dimensionals behind them. And I can tell when I have not been rotating my adhesive just supplies because they get hard to peel off the backing when they get a little old. So gotta get better about that. So I'm just going to take the backings off of these and figure out the placement. So I'm going to, I don't want to really cover that up when I'm showing you, but I don't seem to have any choice about that. Just going to go like, I really want those stripes not to be like too straight. So there. And then with this, I'm going to put some dimensionals underneath the happy part and then put, because these are already on dimensionals and I want, not the post office to be mad at me because of my card being lumpy or something. And go ahead and put these on and then take my tape runner, put a little adhesive there. And this is a pretty quick and easy card using a template and the Memories and More pack. I did add a few of the sequins. You could add any color gems that you wanted to, but I like the contrast of the white. So I'm going to go ahead and put a couple of these on here. Oops. There. And that just adds a little something. And I have followed my design, and I think this is a super cute card. On all of these cards in the online class that I'm going to do, I decided to oomph it up a little bit for the inside as well. So I have got my, put that to the side. I've got my 4 by 5 1/4. And I thought, maybe I can take like a little strip of that and put it across. I have a black. How wide is this? This is about a 1/2 inch. So I'll cut maybe a 1/4 inch, maybe a little bit more on my paper trimmer. So I've cut a smaller strip here out of the pieces I've already got. So I don't throw these away because I could always use them with little punches or decoration like this. And then I thought, oh, it would be so cute. I can put my saying on here. Put a little goober on there. So I'm going to use more. I love this saying as well. It's all fun and games until your metabolism slows down. Oh, I feel that one so much. It's not even funny. It's down here. So these are just, pretty nice, funny sayings to people you can send that have a sense of humor. And for some of them that don't really sound that, might not be taken quite all that nicely. I just put a little happy face down there and make them know that it's a joke and life should be fun. Okay, so I've got that on there. I'm also going to stamp this with black memento. I've taken my 2.5-inch punch again and punched it out of white. Hopefully this is going to be good. Put that there. And then I'm going to put this on here. So that'll just kind of dress it up a little bit. Oh, look, this had adhesive already from my last project, so I don't have to adhere that. Do have to get the backing off. And so I never, I tell people what the theme of my online class is, but I never share any projects ahead of time. I certainly don't put them online when people are, paying to join my class and get the supplies. But I thought since I'm doing so many designs, I usually just do 5 for each class. I'm gonna do 10 this time, so I figured I could show you all a couple and you could get excited about this product as well. So there, I think that's gonna make it fun. I'm going to put dimensionals on here. I know I probably should do it flat, but really there's not that much here. I think the post office will still love me, hopefully. And there. So that's cute. And my glue dots, 1 in each corner. And I'm going to put this on the inside. And I just think it makes the card look a little extra, but it's super simple to do. There. So I think that's fun. So this is just one of the designs that I'm going to do. And I thought the bonus would be I'm showing you with the template. I also have a 3D project that I did that you can also do with these pieces. So I will put my card aside for the moment and show you that. So if you have never watched Sam Hammond, Poodle's paper crafting or something like that. And I apologize if that's not exactly it. But she is just a whiz at doing boxes. She made me very comfortable in being able to make a box of whatever size I wanted. So I'm thrilled, and please check her out and see how amazing her skills are for that. So I feel very comfortable making these items. So I'm going to use 2 of the 4x6 pieces to make a little box. And I want to make the bottom slightly smaller. I'm hoping I don't mess this up and do my box upside down, but it happens. So since I want it smaller, I'm going to do a 1-inch edge on these, and I'm going to take my cutting edge out just so I don't accidentally cut it. That happens. So I'm going to want a 1-inch border, a 1-inch depth for my box. So I'm going to go over to the 1-inch and I'm going to cover up the line. So I'm going just barely over the 1-inch mark. 1 inch. I'm going to go just to the 1-inch and then push it tiny tad, just so I don't see the line. I'm just holding my breath and I am not messing this up on camera. And then this is going to be the top of my box. I want to go to the 1-inch mark, and then I want to pull it just less than that, because then my box top should be a little bit bigger. Do that on all four edges. There. That's that. So then I'm going to fold it just so I can see those score lines a little better, so I can cut the tabs, and then we can just glue it together and be all good. There. Yeah, so I did on one of these sheets, I did cut out all of these. I put it on my paper trimmer and I cut out all these words so I could add them either to the inside of the card or to the front of the card. Okay, so when I'm cutting my box, I'm going to start, it has four corners, duh. I'm going to cut this one straight up to the fold, and then I'm going to cut in from the side. So straight up along the fold, turn it a quarter turn, straight up, and then to the side. Straight up, and to the side. And to the side. And then just push those to the side. I have my tear and tape. So I'm going to take a tiny little piece of tear and tape and put it right close to the fold so that that will hold it right away. Keep the box nice and straight. Right there. If it overlaps, don't worry. I just fold it back when I'm putting it together. I don't bother cut it off or do anything. So, okay, I'm going to start again with this one. I'm going to cut it straight up and then in from the flap. Straight up, in from the flap. It is hard to see. It is easier to see if I don't have to hold it at this angle, but y'all want to see what I'm doing. Okay. So, same thing here with my little bits of tear and tape. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I will take the 4 bits, 4 backings off. Just put my bits over there. And then, as I think I've said in every video since I started, tear and tape is going to adhere it right away. I add liquid glue so that it stays that way forever. The tear and tape will hold it now, but sometimes the tear and tape, especially in a humid environment of an island, can kind of loosen up. So the liquid glue is my like extra insurance policy that my box will not fall apart. So you could also store these flat if you didn't want to use them right away, if you were making them for like a birthday and you didn't want to have to, you know, store up 50 of them or something. So there, that makes one part of the box. We do the same up here. Take the tear and tape backing off. And see here where I went over, I'm just gonna fold that right back on the front, no worries. Put a little bit of glue on the ends of the tab. And it goes together so fast. Oh. Okay. So, um, these are going to go one inside the other like this. It is a fairly tight fit. And I should have done this part before I taped it together. But you can take the end of a paper punch and go in and do that. Let me see. I have this old one here. This one works a little better. You just want to go take a little bit out. You don't have to do it. You can still get the box open, but then it makes a little like finger groove that you can do that. And it is smarter to do before you put the box together. So you could do them out of the same paper, but it makes a nice box. It gives you a little place so you can pull it apart easy. And it's super cute. This is 4x6, so you could also do it with your designer series paper. I made one of those this morning with this paper, which is still available. This is one of my favorite ribbons. It kind of dolled it up a little. And then I used the back side of the paper for the bottom of the box just to make it different, right? Because that's what we do. Stampin' Up gives us all these patterns. So these are my projects for today. And I hope you've enjoyed them. I hope you tune in next week and please subscribe to my channel. It would be immensely helpful. If you'd like to join my July online class and do 10 different projects like this with that one set, which I provide to you, mailed straight to your door. And I also do a tutorial, a written tutorial. So you do get the replay of the Zoom if you can't attend in person. Um, but you also get a tutorial. So you could do it at your leisure and you can refer back to the measurements and all for another time. So thank you. And I hope to see you next week.